I'm a marathon runner. My name is Dale Braverman.
I'm Haley. I was the photographer.
I'm Sloan, and I was the environmentalist.
I'm Brooke. I'm the leader.
I'm Cam, and I was a physician.
And this is our COMM 1600 group. So,
How did our group interaction start?
I think looking at socialization, we could understand the process of how groups become groups, and we all have come from a group before, in other classes and stuff. So I think we all had a history of what we knew worked and what we knew didn't.
okay, so what we accomplished, depended on how we interact with each other from when we were first assigned, our interactions improved with each meeting as we got to know each other better, and we understood each other's dynamic more.
Yeah, and we started by making a group message to get on the same page in our first meeting, and making sure everyone could show up, and when people couldn't show up, we always filled them in, and made a Google Docs and an agenda to make sure everyone was on the same page.
Yeah, we all were aware of what was happening the whole time.
Yeah, the group message really added to our ability to communicate, just because emails are not as convenient.
Yeah.
And the texts were perfect, and then we almost started communicating through those messages just as it is, and then we had sort of a base for when we had our meetings.
Yeah, we gave ideas to each other in our group texts.
Yeah.
And we, at the beginning, we made that schedule, which was really helpful.
Oh yeah, the agenda.
Yeah, so we all knew it was coming up for the whole week.
Yes.
Yeah, and then sent it out to everyone so everyone was on the same page and had it in their calendars and whatnot.
Well, what do we think worked well in our group?
So I think that emotional intelligence, we all had that in our group, because we all were able to recognize and understand the emotions of ourselves and others, and we were able to use this ability to manage our behavior and our relationships with each other, and we motivated one another. We showed empathy to one another. If one of us wasn't able to figure something out, we all helped each other and made sure that they made the right choice through it all. Yeah.
Yeah, we respected each other's schedules of how we weren't able to meet up sometimes, and times that didn't work for people. I think that played a huge part of what went well and what didn't.
It was a strongly collaborative effort to get together and get work done. We really went out of our way to
We were focused
set
at
up
the time.
appointments, and I think that helps with our project in general.
Yeah, going off that, there wasn't really a time when we met, and we kind of just sat around
Yeah.
and just
No, yeah, for sure.
Didn't say shit.
dozed off and didn't do
I
anything.
cut that.
And didn't do anything. It was more of just we would meet and we're really productive, and we'd only meet for we never met more than an hour, hour and a half. So that was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
So we were
It
pretty
shows how
efficient. We were pretty
productive
efficient with our time.
And
Yeah.
we had a lot of following up meetings to make sure that worked, and before we would actually start a big part of the project, we would have a meeting before that to discuss oh, this is what we're going to do
Yeah.
at that meeting, and this is what's going to happen there, instead of just okay, next time we're going to do the simulation. It was more okay.
It was smart that
That's
we
it.
didn't just do it all in one night, one day, back to back.
I think it
We
was-
broke it down really
It was
well.
also really smart to meet at Starbucks before we did anything, just to lay the logistics of the next few weeks. And I don't know, we only met for 15 minutes, but we planned a good schedule
Yeah,
for the next couple
made
of
an
weeks.
impact for how the next.
And that just, I don't know, has helped us keep organized throughout the whole project.
And even the work that we all did on the side helped.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's-
I think honestly the most difficult thing was finding a time that all of us could meet. But that's just with any project, that would be the case.
Yeah.
Just because we all have such different schedules, we're all different grades.
Yeah, that was pretty difficult. I also found it difficult. I found the simulation to be pretty difficult because it was kind of hard to I felt we didn't really have any information previous to starting the simulation.
Yeah.
So once we started it, it's kind of we just jumped right into it, and then stuff kind of just popped up at us, and we didn't really know how to react to some of those things sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
What was our biggest obstacle to overcome as a group?
I guess during the simulation or throughout the whole project?
Throughout the whole project.
Okay, biggest obstacle would be what?
I think I just knew what yeah.
Biggest obstacle, I'd say, organizing times to meet up and talk, just because we all have you were just saying, we have very different schedules, and you guys have sorority stuff, and you have frat stuff, and it's just, I think the group checks really helped us with that though, because we were able to like let everyone know what our plans were for the day, if we could meet up, if we couldn't meet up, and I think just basically scheduling meetups was, to me, the biggest obstacle as a group.
I think like implying our lectures and readings to the actual group was like a challenge.
Yeah, that's
I think
what I was
like
gonna
we
say.
still did well at it, but I think like the first time we like were introduced those things and actually putting it in a group setting, like it kind of made it chaotic, but it also like helped in a sense. But just like implying those to the real world, just was I thought a difficulty.
Yeah.
I think we did the things that we've learned in class without like actually knowing. I feel like it was in like the back of our
Yeah.
head. Like
Yeah.
the transmission model, like we did that the whole time without ever like thinking to ourselves like, okay, like let me apply this
Yeah.
now.
It was
we
like
just knew it.
the more
It was
natural
like subconscious.
things.
Yeah, subconscious,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then there were like some not natural things like put in a group that was implied in the lectures and whatnot, but like still there at the same time.
I would definitely try to do the simulation differently.
Yeah, me too.
Because we didn't do a very good job in that.
Yeah, I
Although,
think
like,
that if we
we
took
were-
our time more, we would have like performed better. Everyone would have made the summit meeting.
Yeah, take our time more and kind of paid a little bit more attention to detail, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like for
think,
instance, like for me, when I asked for me to predict the weather, I didn't even notice that like it asked me to do that for the first time. So like that was kind of crappy for the job.
and also there were just like a ton of details about the hike, and I don't think I looked at every single detail, so
I
feel like,
scanned it a lot,
yeah,
which I
yeah,
should have
so
done.
if we went back and, I don't know, redid the simulation, I feel like I'd be more focused on the specific nitty gritty, and then, like, I don't know, when you got critical, I was confused as to what to do. Like, I
Yeah.
had an inhaler and a Gammo bag, whatever that is. But, yeah, I would, like, pay attention more to detail of the simulation, and
I think like for the most part during the simulation we were like on the same page, and like at some camps we tried to not leave each other behind, and then some camps like some people like